Hello.
Yes.
Hey there.
You all sound ungodly happy.
I can't help it. I'm happy.
do we have a new artwork of the mannequin this week?
Would you like one?
I mean, you don't have to. That's more just seeing how mannequin we can go before it actually is just a mannequin.
I think I can make one real quick. It's not that bad.
It's tradition.
To be fair, I'm waiting for our resident Goblin to also put on a shirt, but hey.
Nope.
Just gonna have to start turning all these pictures into token tool outfits, so I can swap between them.
Built-in camouflage.
There, that better.
It's terrifying, yes. Absolutely terrifying. Those man-eating beetles will never see it coming.
You're gonna hear boss music when I start walking up.
It's just the Soulless Cinder soundtrack. We're waiting on our resident Russian crab, and Cat is trying to make dinner real quick.
I'm all good. I was actually expecting to start an hour later. I forgot about daylight savings.
God, I hate daylight savings.
Oh, they're trying to make it permanent too.
Oh, this like time change. They're trying to
something like that.
I mean, as long as it stays one time, I'm fine. I don't care
No,
if it's 2 hours
no.
or 3.
No, EST is the only time. We're in the future.
CST gang.
Absolute monsters.
Y'all can have your weirdo time zones. I'm in the middle of the ocean.
We will now go by military time.
I'm down.
I live right on the border of today and tomorrow, so it doesn't matter.
It's okay. There's a in Indiana, we have like the whole west side of Indiana towards Illinois is all in CST for some reason.
I'm pretty sure, like, only the north west and the southwest corner are in CST because I live on the western border of Illinois. Not Illinois, Indiana, but still
Mhm.
EST is weird. Like I take a bus ride to Chicago and somehow suddenly time bends in the middle of nowhere, and I have
Yes.
no idea where I am.
We call it a time flux, and
Dirty time travelers.
you're going back in time to where we don't have cures for things.
Actually true.
At least for an hour.
and
It's the Bermuda Triangle.
and then when you come back, you're like, oh, we have a cure for syphilis. Awesome. Could be worse. You could be like fucking be in California where you're somehow either 2 hours behind or 3 hours behind, depending on which side of California you're on. Server's up.
Do what?
Server's up.
Cool.
Let's see. I don't know how late he said it was going to be.
Speak of the devil.
The devil, huh?
The devil. Would you like to buy a timeshare?
Not even the devil would sell a timeshare. Alright, well. Who can tell me what happened last time?
There were a lot of bugs.
Well, there's bugs everywhere. You have to be more specific than that.
So we came back from the fishing habitat area with the Lion Man, and we came back, and I believe Ophelia told us that there's a bigger camp for the island, like a place. We kind of asked if it was like a guild, but it's more of like a meeting spot, and that's we're on our way to get there. We decided to take a little detour to go find something in ruins. We just found danger. We left, and now we're at a house where hopefully nothing bad will happen.
Oh, bold. Do you hope nothing bad will happen, or do you want something to happen?
Yes.
Also, I think last session you said we level up, I think.
Uh-huh.
Squint.
Uh-huh. You,
I am not aware of that. I need to blow myself up real fast.
Was that a joke?
It's
I
a
think that was
joke.
a joke. Yeah. Oh,
Which
No,
I don't need to blow myself up.
yeah. Nobody loves.
implying you think you're good enough for a level up.
Yeah, I'm implying we'll survive.
let's get to level 5 so Skag can talk.
You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna have everyone else go to 5, and you stay at 4 permanently.
Okay, we'll do sign language then.
it's
Oh, can you
You
teach
skip
Skag
5,
sign?
go straight to 6, and you don't get any of the benefits from level 5.
That's cruel.
is it
Oh wait, when did we get feats in Zurich?
every 3rd level?
Every 3rd level.
Yeah.
And technically every 4th level,
Yeah.
if you so choose. So
Level 6, I get a feat.
Everybody gets a feat.
Oh yeah.
Everybody. Let's grab some nice cottage music here.
Ah.
What kind of sucks? Alright. Last time you guys made your way through the plains, you found various interesting life forms. You met Seamus the second and fourth. You learned about man-eating tree vines. You went off the road and found your first terror. And then you stopped at the hostel halfway through. So now, you stand outside the hostel. You can see around you, it has begun to get dark. You can hear the owls beginning to hoot. You can hear the animals shuffling about in the woods.
do they sound like beetles?
They do not sound like beetles. Beetles would sound like a horde of cicadas, intensified by 100. Cicadas are terrible, evil creatures.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's not get stranded in the night out here. He'll try to push the door.
It opens.
Locks it. Do I see anyone immediately as we enter through the door?
No, but you find that the hostel itself looks like a very normal house.
Nice. Well, he will announce their presence. Pardon our intrusions, but we would like to rest here for the night.
You don't
Scrape, scrape.
you don't hear anything.
Hmm. He'll try knocking on the first door he sees.
You ain't gonna knock. You ain't
Knock,
gonna,
knock.
you know, just like wipe off your feet. Nothing.
Take off your shoes, wipe your feet. God, animals.
Call us fucking heretics.
You knock on the door. It opens. You see a crackling fire and a 7'2" wolf head.
Is it a 7'2" head of the wolf, or?
No, it is a 7'2" person with a wolf head.
Well, that's interesting. Hello there, Master Wolfhead.
You see the ears twitch from behind. You see him turn his head and look. He goes, this wolf has a name, yes.
Of course, of course. And how may we address you?
My name is Busco.
Well, Master Bosco, my name is Dietrich Rembrandt. You can call me whatever you like. But we are travelers, and we would like to seek refuge for but a night.
Are you travelers?
Yes, indeed, we are strangers in a strange place, you may say, I suppose. Not quite familiar with this island at all.
I see. Fleshlings, yes. Very well. Make yourselves at home up in the second floor. Find yourself food in the pantry.
Your hospitality is very appreciated, Master Bosco. And don't mind the creature over there. It is one of us, although it is quite naughty.
Yes. Yes, well. Creatures aren't that terrible, as they say.
Dodger will just turn around and start walking upstairs. Straight to the point, he is.
Are you the only one here, by the way?
Currently, yes. I'm residing here for the time being till I leave.
Till you leave, so who actually owns this place? Or
Nobody
one.
does. Think of it as like an Airbnb that you don't have to pay for.
Yes, Airbnb, I've heard. Okay, well, thank you and good night.
Oh, it's just...
I just got a weird question for you.
Yeah, small one.
First off, rude. Second, what's the weirdest thing you've seen?
Today, or overall?
Yeah, both.
Well, weirdest thing I've seen is you guys so far, but overall, I would say. Probably the flesh-eating skeletons.
First off, fair. You ever heard of some kind of apex thing?
Ah, yes. It roams the plains every now and then. We keep track of it.
You keep track of it.
Well, it's our job as watchers to maintain the island's foothold against the creatures, yes.
So you've got some kind of information on it.
Less information, more finding where it's going.
Oh, he's nerding out. So where is it going? Do you guys have an idea of that?
Entirely, we are not sure. It just simply roams from here to there. Eats what it finds, moves on.
But it ain't got no greater purpose.
Well, we haven't seen it do anything with purpose necessarily, no.
We were told that that it doesn't seem hostile towards humanoids. Is that correct?
As long as you don't mess with its food or bother it, generally, yes. Though it's hard to say what it'll do to a humanoid if it's hungry. Which, judging from its trail of food it leaves behind, is all the time.
You know, it's a bit odd. I never thought you watchers would be working alone. Are you all working alone?
Not all of us. Some of us travel in packs. Others go their separate ways. Easier to scout out the island when you're not worrying about somebody else.
How much of the island are you all scouted out in?
Yeah, 75% or so.
And you've been doing it how long?
20 years?
Anything a real note other than it all being real weird?
Well, generally, don't go off the road, as what you may find you may not like. Stay clear of the tribes. They may be nice or they may eat you.
The who now?
Yes, we have cannibal tribes.
Writes that down.
Cannibal tribes or what?
Do you not know what a cannibal is?
I know. Are they anything in particular? Is there's just a lot of homies?
Generally, when they come running at you from, outside of the woods and covered in whatever they can find, generally they try and eat you.
But they ain't a particular race.
Oh no, it's a hodgepodge of those here and there. Though, usually, you'll find the nice tribes that will help you out, that nomad across the island.
And they just surviving out in the woods.
On the plains, yes.
Like, on a scale from 1 to 10, how bad is it to step off the...
Well, it depends where you are and how lucky you are, as they say. The closer you get towards the more open plains, the more dangerous it'll be because you have nowhere to hide.
Speaking of which, those ruins that we... Do you have any information on those? I was quite interested when we walked by them.
What interest do you have in ruins?
I mean, we're the adventurer types, right? Curiosity kind of leads us. And also, Skag kind of likes to wander, so...
Those are ruins from kingdoms of the past, succumbed to ruin, or so we can tell.
Yeah, but what about the giant beetle and all the little tiny beetles?
Oh, that's just the wildlife.
Are they friendly?
Oh no, they eat anything they see.
Squints.
Tree bark, stone, rare foods or animals that may come up.
As I thought.
Did you think they was just gonna walk up to you and give you a hug? Was the skeletons not a good sign?
I mean, it worked with Skag, so...
Yeah, well, Skag ain't an insect. Wait, is he an insect?
Skag's not an insect.
He's a ferocious dragon. And you just see him, like, rolling around.
It smiles.
Yeah, well,
It has no
the,
teeth.
the beetle wasn't like a dragon. I ain't real too familiar with all them bugs or anything else, but I just don't think a bug or anything has any feelings. And I think that your dragon little thing there has feelings. Thanks for the talk.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for the information. Lot to
Mhm.
ponder.
Alright. You guys make your way to the second floor. You can see what looks like a shower, some rooms to sleep in, and what looks like a small workshop for anything that you may need to repair or uh, need tools for.
I'm assuming this is the workshop.
Yep.
Cool.
Are there any interesting books in the workshop?
Uh, Most of it is just like how to repair boots or cure leather that may have been damaged. Things like that. Things that you may need to know as you're traveling. If something were to break or fall apart.
Alright. Cool.
Didn't somebody want to build like a kite or something?
Hello.
It was you, right?
Yeah. That's why he's in here.
Ah, okay.
The door opens. All you see is a man without a face.
Which door? We both walked in a room at the same time.
That's what.
Okay. He's just looking to see what you guys are up to.
Alright.
Gets out all the kite supplies and equipment and starts doing things.
Alright. How are you constructing the kite?
All right. Because he has tailoring tools, he'll be able to use that for the fabric. However, he does not have any woodworking tools to like fix the wooden bits that he has. So he's looking around here for that.
I have tinkerer's tools, but not woodcarver's tools.
Alright.
That'll probably help for the fasteners.
No, I don't have woodcarver.
Alright. Do you know the exact way how you want to do this? Just from personal experience or whittling.
So cutting the fabric to the specifications to fit his size.
Mm-hmm.
Making the wood also be able to fit that where there's enough flex and everything. And the wood is going to be held by fasteners from the fabric.
Carl?
tied together with the best kind of fabric he can to make sure it still doesn't wobble too much and still has give.
Alright.
And ideally using the silk fabric that he has, or silk rope for the line.
Alright.
There should be enough handhold length and foothold length, and that's about it. You know how hang gliders look like, right?
Yeah, they had
Basic.
they have the two like handles in front, and then you're strapped to the like metal square triangle thing on the back.
Yep. Except we're all just doing that with wood.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you're trying to carve the wood to make slots for it, give me. Give me a 1d20 plus your dex mod.
Yeah, all right.
Can I use guidance with it too?
He just
Yeah,
can't.
Oh.
once
Let's
I see him
go.
working, then I'll
He
come up and
just can't do prof because he doesn't have woodcutters or whittling stuff.
Damn.
24.
All right. So you cut out most, or you cut out all, or I would say cut out or whittle the wood on all the poles you need enough to where you can fasten in the wool in the sheet. So you have that out of the way. With help, because obviously you have 3 people here that can easily look at what you're doing. All right. Now, what is your next step?
Now the wood has been cut and whittled to the specifications, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're now going to start working on fastening the actual fabric to it after it's been cut.
Okay. Are you all 3 helping, or all 2 helping?
Yeah, I have Tinker's tools, so I think I can help with that.
Okay.
And once I'm in it, every once in a while, I'll just like pop up and hand him like the next tool, tap him on the shoulder for guidance again.
My fingers don't move, for I'm a mannequin.
I don't know. What he's doing is foreign to me. I'll just tap him on the shoulder for reinsurance and cast guidance.
Alright. If you're fastening it down, give me I assume you will want to put a lot of strength into that. Similar to a rivet.
Yes.
Hmm.
You gotta hammer it in there, or hammer it together.
Give me 1d. Give me a d20 and your strength. In this instance.
Oh boy, I actually have a thing for strength, unlike most goblins.
Believe. Plus your guidance.
$16 total.
Alright. Are you doing 3 of them? Or 4 of them?
4 of them.
4 of them for each one? Okay. Okay. You have your base. You have your cloth riveted in. You have a majority of what you need. What do you need to do next?
Well, if we have a fabric all ready to go, if it's already been sewed up together to where
Mhm.
it's not going to just start ripping apart, time to just put it all together then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, additionally, if it is possible with this version to make it collapsible. But if not, then this will be V1 and we can improve upon it later.
Okay. With the three of you, you put together your kite, putting down all the cloth, making sure it is properly set and that it can be folded or unfolded. Because obviously you don't want to carry around a folded out kite the entire time.
Goblin gets carried away by wind.
Right.
Board 8.
A strong gust has taken a goblin into rat-infested lands.
Here we go again. Vermintide all over.
Follow us at 10 on the radio as we give you the play-by-play. Alright. You guys have your nice kite. Seems pretty sturdy, properly built. Enough to get by for now until you can get to like a proper, like, big workstation.
Keizu looks at it with pride, holding it up, staring at it as if it's a literal magical artifact created by the gods. A single tear sheds down his face as he looks to the other two. He gives a giant, small hug to each of them.
There.
It's like a waist length.
I think I'm the max height for medium creature, I think. So he's very tall.
You just hugged a rock and a big slab of metal.
And if either of you want a kite made for yous can be a part of the first official kiter gang of Redacted.
This guy
I
gets
don't know what that means.
I can probably fasten one up for you too. Oh, you've got wings. I don't think you just need a kite. Don't worry. Weez is going to be the greatest kiter gang in all of Redacted.
And just squints.
If you want to. I don't know if you really like to be up in the air a lot. Starts jumping on the bed and then floating slowly down with the kite. Morris banging his face on the ground repeatedly.
Okay. Anyone else?
What's Diedrich doing? He looks like he's having a moment over there.
He's just looking out the window into the night and just thinking about all the horrors he has seen. And praying to God that the window doesn't talk back.
Sakta is looking around the entire house for books. Interesting books.
Okay. Most of the books in the house are either things kind of like past the time or things that have just been kind of left here over time. Things that like you would see that you would either see someone read just in passing, just to like have something to read, or the occasional maybe it's an information guide like what plants are poisonous, things like that.
I'll grab the poisonous plant book, I guess,
All right.
and offer it to our nature person. Uh, hello, hello, I found this book about plants. Um, might be of interest.
Thank you. And he takes it and he's gonna go nerd out.
If you see any books about magic and maybe creatures from other places, other realms, I would be very interested.
CNA, I'll remember that. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy reading.
All right. So, as you contemplate all the things you have seen, as you stare up out of the window into the sky, what are you doing?
Diedrich?
Mm-hmm.
He's just looking out the window and basically, I suppose, like scouting the surrounding area a little bit. Although I think there's probably not much you can see through the darkness.
Most of it is trees. Um, you can see the occasional building popping up out of the tops of the trees, or kind of like beam themselves out of left and right of the trees. Um, and then most of it, of what you see, is mountains in the far back.
Well, you know what? You'll try to step out on the balcony, which I think is a balcony,
Yes.
and take a better look at well, the side of the building, and particularly hoping that there's not another giant creature as tall as what we have seen earlier, trying like wandering around and potentially wandering into our direction. Are
Well,
there any?
again, all the areas around here are ruins, so any things that are popping out are just like buildings that are falling apart, buildings that are just kind of like caving in on each other, or are just covered in absolute foliage.
Well, at least there's no sight of another giant creature that might be a problem, so he is rather happy with that. Darkness surrounds this island. I can only pray to the light that it will be cleansed soon. He's gonna walk back inside and probably find some rest.
Okay. I just assume both Rook and Skag are currently like on their knees, like bent over the book, like hourglass to every page.
Oh yeah, they're looking for what's good and bad for plants in the area. He's just generally taking a look of what he could use in this room.
All right. Most of the room is covered in. You do see some jars that look like they have herbs in them. Things that you would think would be like temporary bandages or temporary pastes that you put on a wound. As for the book, you find that it's not fully complete. It is. There are some entries in the book that are like, this plant is extremely poisonous, or this plant, when set on fire, releases toxins that could quickly paralyze you. The list kind of goes on from there, given like various things here and there that are pointed out that you shouldn't do this to these plants, you shouldn't do this to these plants, but it's not like 100%.
Okay. Okay. So I guess he's just gonna spend the night reading it with Skag. He's gonna teaching him how to read. So this is their book for the night.
Okay. What does Lane do? Now that they've helped build a kite, they've seen the workshop, they've seen a wolfman.
Lane, after finishing helping, will probably just try to fall asleep early so he can wake up 2 hours before everyone else.
Is he sleeping with his eyes open?
Yeah, he just looks like he's sitting on the chair.
That's some Annabelle vibes right there. But good, okay. Okay, our resident crab boy. Do you try to describe more of your spells in your book tonight?
I mean, I only had 2, and I think I'm done.
Okay.
So he's gonna spend time just studying over his book,
Okay.
as any good wizard does, and then eventually fall asleep. Yeah, trying to work on new spells, I guess.
Okay. We'll just assume that Leonis is has a bad stomach ache, like like when you get the stomach flu and you can't leave the bathroom, or if you do, you're back in it 15 minutes later because the stomach flu is the fucking worst. Okay.
The blood was definitely not refrigerated. Right.
It's you could say it's expired.
Ha!
Here all night, folks. You can see, kind of as the night goes on, you guys sleep. It's for the most part very calm. You can hear the like instead of like how people sleep with fans or noise machines. You can hear the trees blowing. You can hear the hooting of owls to show that there is in fact nobody in the forest that is trying to move. You can hear the sound of wind, maybe a little bit of rain hitting the roof every now and then. But overall, decent night. Decent, just good, calming night in the forest. So, and then you find yourselves waking up. It's about for Lane, who wants to get up 2 hours early. You find yourself. It's I'd say about 6 in the morning.
Is it like first light or is it still kind of dark?
It's still kind of like the winter where it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. It's still pitch black out.
All right. Lane will just kind of pick up his gear and search around the building for the kitchen.
All right. You go down the stairs. You find your kitchen here, past the dining hall. It's funky. You can see a lot of the food in here is preservatives, like a lot of like jams that have been here that last a while, cans of I guess jars of beans. I guess you could say. I mean, we have magic, so preserving things isn't exactly hard.
Mm-hmm. He'll just rifle through his bag,
Like,
and then
Isn't it like super hard, right?
you what?
Nope, you're good.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah. He'll just rifle through his bag, pull out his brewer's supplies, and I guess the blue glowy leaves.
Oh, we're doing that now. Okay.
And I don't know. I guess is this just like a normal like wood burning oven?
Yeah. Like, there is no like things you would find in the city here in the woods.
All right, cool.
Unfortunately,
Is there any wood in here?
there is wood. If it's not in there, it's currently outside.
You would gather some and then start trying to brew this leaf to see what it makes.
Okay. You start
I
up.
I don't know how many uses it has or anything like that, but yeah.
You can make enough. We'll say you can make enough for probably about 6 drinks. They were pretty what's the word pretty good about just kind of like having like a big heaps of it when you bought it.
Cool. For now, I'll just make one.
Okay. Obviously, you guys all have wet skin, so you can easily brew it up and throw it in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Do I need to roll for anything, or we just make it?
It's just brewing tea, so you're fine.
Cool. Once it's done, I'll just, I guess, try it.
You get, we'll say, it tastes like, kind of like cinnamon apple applesauce.
Kind of just raises his eyebrow at the tea in his hand.
Because that's totally not what I'm putting my nuggets in right now.
Is the tea like glowy blue now too?
Oh yeah, you can see that when you rush it up, and you kind of like start pouring water in it to let it brew. You can see when you hold the cup, it's this almost midnight sky. You can see the little like particles from the stem that's golden on it make stars. So it's like you're drinking the night sky.
They'll just shrugging down the rest, and then do the same thing for the gold tea. Just make one.
All right. As you make your tea, yeah, obviously when you brew stuff, it roams, you know, with that aroma. So for about an hour and a half, the house smells nice. Has that nice aroma come from the kitchen. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. But as 2 hours go by, the rest of you wake up. The sun starts to kind of like push through the clouds. You can see like some of it kind of beams into the windows. Not enough to like bother you, but it's still enough to wake you up.
Morning.
Well, ain't you the observant one?
Yes.
Morning.
Morning. You implied I slept.
I was just making an observation that it's morning.
Bosco does not sleep. Bosco simply observes.
What did you observe this night?
I observed a mannequin making tea. I have concerns.
Hmm.
Said mannequin is now downing a gold, a gold tea in the kitchen. What's the gold one look like?
Are you making that one too?
Yeah.
When you brew it, it looks like melted gold.
Well, that'll be fun.
Like it
It's
has
perfect
that
for 'em.
yeah, like it has that look of like when you see that molten gold that's just melted down. It's kind of like just kind of like going back and forth as being poured in.
Cool. I'll down that one too.
Let's see here. Hmm. No, I don't want. This one tastes tangy. It has a hint of like you're eating an orange, but also the hint of lime.
Hmm.
But it starts out smooth, kind of like you take the first sip, has that like sweet taste, and then it gets bitter.
It's just not in satisfaction at that one. Start packing up his gear and put out the fire.
Okay. Rest of you walk into the kitchen to get the aroma smell of oranges and limes.
Is that coffee?
No.
That's a weird smelling fruit salad.
I was trying out the tea that they grow on the island.
And what's your report?
Extremely odd. But not unsatisfactory.
So let's eat and get on the road, I guess.
Then
Sounds like
shrugs and pulls out his rations.
Just
Doesn't
eat,
know how to cook.
just eat the food on the island. It's not gonna kill you.
He was eating the food on the island. I didn't know if there's actually food in here or not.
Oh, there is. There's a. You have like jerky, dried meats. There is bread here. Like it. There's jams. There's things to like snack on that would be enough to give you energy as you're like hiking or exploring.
Oh, then yeah, sure, free food.
Just grabs a big old tub of jam and just starts eating that only.
I'm an adult. I can eat what I want.
It tastes like pancakes.
Oh, hell yeah. Pancake jam? Oh, yeah.
It's enough to get by.
I didn't know they grew pancakes on trees here.
Yes. Totally.
They did say this is a strange place.
You know, maybe it's a pancake bush.
Could be a root vegetable.
Keizu eats.
Okay.
Nothing further to report.
All right. You guys eat. You get enough to, fill your quota of food for a while. And then you make it. And then, as you get ready, it gets about, we'll say 9 or 10, giving you guys enough time to eat, get some food in you. Where do you want to go from here?
Continue on east, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Continue on to the path we need to go. One with hopefully no man-eating bugs.
But I mean, if there were,
Then we deal with it.
can I keep one?
They could be useful. Maybe.
You got a jar with holes in it?
I can improvise.
Oh, let's not waste too much time.
Yous have a good one.
Yeah, safe travels.
No, you.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, you. Okay.
Stare at him as I walk past.
He stares at you with like the intense gaze of someone who has been wronged by you. And he just watches you leave the house.
Double check on him in the window, wave at him, walk away.
Like you somehow killed his entire family.
Maybe.
What'd you do to him?
I think I used his kitchen.
Well, he did say he didn't own the place.
Oh, then I don't know.
I think it's because you made tea.
Mm. Maybe he hates tea.
Maybe. Or the opposite.
Oh. Should offer him some.
If he pays.
If he pays. Jesus.
I mean, it was labor, right? So.
It was labor. Okay.
They didn't come from money. He's got to hold on to it tight.
Alright. Technically, you guys did not change anything, so. Put you back here. Tell me when you're loaded. you guys walk out of the hostel. You can see the sun tries to peek out every now and then from the clouds, giving spots of where like the sun like travels. The cold There is a cold chill in the air as you get closer to the east. You get closer to the mountains. And closer to more of the wild magic that still lingers in the east side of the island. So, what would you guys like to do?
Who would like to lead today?
Sure.
Rook just walking around with the second pet.
Anime boy and a dragon. We're already on our quest.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta collect them all, right?
Sounds like an anime.
All right. You guys make your way east through the path. You cross more ruins and you see paths that split off like to the left and to the right in kind of areas around there. And most of the paths you see go further into the plains. So you see bits and pieces where it kind of ends, kind of like a dead end, but splits off deeper into the forests and kind of more openly into the plains. You pass by more ruins. Some are houses, some look like villages that just got hammered. And the closer you get to the mountain, you can see that it elevates. So you go from a bottom area where a lot of water would reside through like where it's muddy, it's grimy, it's where most of the moisture is going to be, and then you hit the base of the mountain and you find a lift. You see that it is unmanned. However, it has a switch to go up.
It's already called to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hop on.
Can it fit all of us?
Yes, it's a very large lift.
We get on.
Okay. You guys step onto the lift. You can see as you pull the lever, you see the wooden doors shut behind you to give you that like safety railing as you begin to ascend like Claptrap. And you find yourself you guys get pulled up to the lift. You're on the lift for a good 15, 20 minutes as you are pulled up at a steady rate. You can, as you're pulled up and you're pulled up the side of the mountain, you can see kind of over the plains. You get a good solid sky view or overview of the open plains, at least on this side. You can see to your you would be, if you're looking out over the plains, you would be facing south. So to your east, you can see there's more forest, and you can see what looks like a castle in the middle of a lake. And in a like somewhat thick forest, so it's like you can see just a little bit, but you can't really see like what's in there. You can see what looks like maybe smokestacks coming from it, like people may live there. And then to your west, you can see more open plains, but you see a giant city with walls all the way up in the air. And then you make your way all the way to the top. You see the lift lock in. The doors here open, and you are met by guards standing here. What do you do?
Hey lads, we're here for proper adventuring.
State your business.
Looks the party.
We're heading east to what was the name of the city? We're looking for work.
Yes. More travelers. Very well. Make your way into the city. Find the bar.
Let's eat.
Well, we could just send you back down the lift and lock you down there, but that would be cruel.
Yeah, I guess it would be. Thank you.
You will notice that the city is built into and on top of the mountain. So like when you like look off to the edge of the lift, you can see that it's that rock face of the cliff, that sheer like terrifying thing. But you can see houses are either built with are built like strapped onto the side of the mountain, so it's got like that heavy like iron and wood to it to support it, or the houses are built on top of parts of the mountain. and like as you walk on the mountain path, you can see a lot of it is that like um, hammered down stone, so it's more smooth. But you can see parts of it are grass, where it's popping up out. So you've got like that soft patches of grass that are like wet from the moisture up here.
Okay, well, they said find the guard.
Bar.
The bar.
Oh, the bar. Ah.
Does this look like a bar to you?
Does it have any signage out front?
Mm, most of it does, so you can see like kind of more like the hostel you passed, where it's got various places to sit or stay.
Could be a bar. There's no identifying features though.
Looks quite like it is. I can smell the degeneracy in there all the way from here.
Do you not like drinking?
Drinking is a method of escape for the weak.
Shit, you should
Oh.
tell that to the AA people.
How about like one drink at night? You know, like a nightcap.
Indulge yourself in that all you want. I will not stop you from doing that, but I would rather not touch that myself.
It's a nice experience. You should try it. But I won't push you. So
Opens door.
All right.
Tries to open door.
The door opens. You can see plenty of places to sit. Like there's a lot of tables. You can see there are people in here. It's a hodgepodge of like guards, elderly, some probably around 30 or 40 years old. The occasional small, maybe about 20-year-old fills the bar.
I think this is it.
I'm gonna do this for purposes. There we go. There. All right, hang on. Let me do this. Should make it better.
Ah.
There we go. As you walk in, it seems like most people here are kind of like cheery, kind of like just kind of enjoying a drink after a long day. walk up to the bar, or do you enjoy the ambiance of the place?
Kaiser will walk up.
You are met by a woman. She's about, let's say she's about 5'8". She is dressed in a more like gown, but it has like a corset. It's got your standard leather boots, and you can see her pouring drinks, and you can see several imp-like familiars carrying food on trays out.
Normal food or island food?
Both. Can I help you, darling?
If I'm remembering right, me and my pals here's looking for work, and we was told to come to here.
Ah, new recruits, yes, yes. Well, at the moment, we don't necessarily have work, but, could have you go deeper in, yes.
I just don't know what that means.
Well, if you noticed when you come in, you can see the gate is locked to going deeper into the city. So, here.
Has there been a problem of some kind?
It is dangerous for both guards and citizens to traverse the upside of the city. Too many roaming monsters and various creatures.
Has this been a recent thing?
It's been like this for some time. Unfortunately, as much as we clear them out, we don't exactly have a way to stop them.
You don't have runes in the ground that can protect the area.
They protect the back areas and various homes and such, but we do not have the amount needed to stop them from going to other areas.
And what would you need in the inner city?
Well, unfortunately, most of our guards are. We are unfortunately short staffed every now and then, and we would have to send smaller groups in to observe and find different things.
So you just needed a scouting party?
Well, less scouting and more just routine route checking.
Is you saying you need people for pest control and the like?
You could say that, yes, as well as checking up on various people who decided to live in the city and not really adhere to the rules.
Squints. You've got sanding stones for them?
Well, we do, they just don't listen.
Seems
they're-
like a pattern in this place.
Nods.
They're probably there to not have the guard around, I bet.
Alright, who's we talk to get through the gate and, get officially contracted for the job?
won't be going to the gates, no. You will be using the sewer entrance to go to the other homes.
Well, if we need to clear a path, wouldn't the gates be the way in? Or does everyone go through the sewers?
The only thing that goes to the gates are guard parties that are well equipped for the area and the mushroom guards.
Dietrich
What?
squints at the word of mushroom guards.
All right, fill us in on mushroom guards.
You see, we tend to not want to send our guards on their own routinely do it, so we have the inhabitants of the city that are still able to roam and walk around. Stay there. They roam around the city, and most creatures are afraid to approach them. They also work extremely well with the plant life around here that they communicate extremely easily.
Interesting. How much is their payment for this job?
We'll offer you money, room, and board to stay as you wish. And if you happen to find anything of value while exploring, or take out questionable creatures that may show up, we will offer you more.
Supposing you's gonna all want proof on the weird creatures we take out, yeah?
Hand, head, leg, we don't really care.
A trophy.
Yes.
Where do we sign?
Oh, there is no signing. Simply need your names.
Eliminating monsters and returning safety to the people is rewarding enough. I'll do the job.
So you mentioned that they have like imps handing out food.
Yes. So like they have imp familiars that are like butlers or waiters.
Yeah.
So they're like you can see the food being made in the back, and you see like as the food's served out, they like float over, pick up the trays, and then hand them out.
Sorry, miss. What was your name, by the way?
I am Lavender.
I'm Sakta. Nice to meet you. What are all these? Who makes all these creatures that work here?
Ah, they're mine.
Lot of imps.
Well, they have opposable thumbs, so makes carrying things quite easier, and they float. Means no dirt on my floor.
Must be very powerful at spellcasting to have so many familiars.
Well, something like that. After all, the most common use spell is more useful than the most obscure.
Sakta just looks at Dietrich. Dietrich.
Dietrich?
Diedrich probably wouldn't really like. Don't get me wrong, he is keeping an eye on all those imps, but I think he has seen enough use of familiar around here.
You see the imp throw you a gang sign.
West side.
You're in the wrong neighborhood, homie.
Yeah, I like Diedrich will stare back menacingly without blinking for as long as he can.
But no, you just see them. They're dressed up in suits. They've got like actual like waiter suits on. They're handing out food. You see them pop them down. They're handed coin.
Are the imps for sale by chance?
Unfortunately, no. They're all mine. I do have a business to run.
Well, I'm sold too. Name's Kaizu. Sign me up.
Okay.
That's Gag, and I am Brooke. You can sign us up as well.
My name is Lane. You can sign me up as well.
She
Diedrich.
you see as Lane talks goes, "Oh God, I thought you were just with them."
Just stand still again and stare at her.
Does it move?
Sometimes.
I can,
Sometimes.
when I feel like it.
Very well.
Oh yeah. That one's Leonis. He's got a tummy ache.
The poor boy.
I think he's just mad he can't use his blood spell.
Do you think it backfired?
It may have.
Oh, that's what it was. He's probably got bad blood.
We sell fresh blood if that's what he needs.
Could be useful.
Have
So-
you got... Oh, go ahead.
We sell alcohol as well, food. Though it may not be to your liking, it has to do for now.
That bloods that you sell, does it come in a convenient little package? Let's call it a blood pack.
No, the locals call it a Capri Sun.
It's like a pre.
To be fair, I don't even know. They just adopted that word, and well, I'm too lazy to fix it.
Very well.
But if you go to the shop on your left, you'll be able to buy supplies if you need it. You may also check out the other stores here before the gate. They may offer you such things. Talk to the locals.
Is there anyone specific we're supposed to be looking for once we get into the sewers?
No, you will. There will be signs up telling you where to go and where they lead to. Do be sure to follow the signs, though, as we have blocked off most of the shore due to its contamination. And it's how those who built most of the things down there, they call it the Gators.
Very well.
So as to make sure we've got it all down, our job is to go check in on folk and rid the place of any strange creatures. Am I missing anything?
Well, anything that you may deem that is, I wouldn't say strange, but may look like it may cause a problem. Yes.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Following the path is my specialty. One of them, at least.
I suppose
Go ahead.
we'll be back to have some good grub after we've completed the task and getting paid.
Yes, we'll make the house special for new guests.
Is there any chance once this is finished, if you can show me how you make so many familiars?
Well, I can. You can also stop by the shop and have old Vern teach you.
Okay. But we
Diedrich, didn't we step off the path earlier?
You wanna?
He did say it
Yes,
was a
quite so,
specialty.
against my best recommendations.
Opens door, walks out.
I will very much like to not do that next time.
Thank you for your time, Lavender. Stare at her as I walk out. Close the door. Here we go to the shop.
Right.
Do you have like a normal neck like people, or can your head like 180?
He's an owl. His head turns completely 360.
Yeah.
That's the only dull joint in my body is my neck.
Oh, Jesus.
Imagine your body turns, your head's like the same angle the whole time.
I just imagine like kind of like sideways walking while you just stare out the door. You
And
close
proceeds
it.
to 360 no scope the enemy.
Going down the sideways stairs. Alright. Objects. Down, we'll use this. This is fine. You can see several houses similar to this one. You can see the smoke coming up off the roofs. You can see like lights are on. You can see for the most part the area around you is very kind of filled with people that look like they either live here, B are guards or are workers who help keep the sewer clean or keep it maintained so that like grime doesn't build up or any like monsters or creatures cause any problems. You can see parts where like the mountain is kind of pushed up out of the grass, so there are like some like natural rock facings that act as a deterrent if you fall, for example.
Alright, well, into the dirty sewer.
You just don't want to go into the shop.
Uh, I do it after we get paid, but up to you.
All right.
I mean, we could just take a look and then come go back later.
You're muted, Link.
I'm fine either way.
What if you could learn the familiar thing now?
It's probably out of my budget, but sure.
I just don't mind that you all can, well, at least one of you can make sure that we ain't dying, but looking for something else to help patch us up, maybe? When you can't do it.
Not really.
Might be useful.
Like a potion or a spell.
I just don't really know magic much, but not a spell. Maybe a potion. I just ain't really drinking a lot of potions before.
I have a few with me, but it wouldn't hurt to have more.
Walks in store.
Okay. You walk in. You can smell or you can smell burning incense. You can smell potions brewing. You can see potions are up on the walls. You can see various spell casting components are up on the walls in like containers. You can it smells kind of very alchemy in here, like alchemist in here. Like you can get kind of random smells that seem kind of like they're really good, really bad, or just awful.
Walks around and look at all the different potions.
You find some that are orange, blue, purple. You see some that are the color of gray, red, yellow. You can see some of them look like they are a little bit of mix of each of them, or look like creature parts in jars.
Are they labeled?
They are labeled. You can see potions of normal healing. You can see potions that are like it can cure illness, like maybe a sick stomach or a bite wound. You can see potions that seem like they do effects you're not necessarily aware of.
Hello, shopkeeper.
You don't hear anything for about maybe about 5 minutes or so, and then you hear footsteps as it sounds like they're coming up a set of stairs. You takes about 5 minutes. You hear the as they like make their way up the stairs, and As you guys stare at the re- register stand, you see a gnome.
Oh
He
no.
he has spiked up white hair. It's just going everywhere. He's like it's like something blew up in his face. You see his face is covered in soot or some type of like charcoal or soot. You see him wearing a set of goggles that make an outline over his eyes, being the only clean part of his face. You see he is wearing kind of like a mix of like a worker's apron. So you can see like he has like tools, like some jars here and there. He's got like tweezers and all this in random pockets. The thing that you do notice that is significant is half of his face looks like it is drooping. And you can see that he is drooling on one side of his face.
Oh, this guy's gonna have the best stuff.
100%.
You see him stand up, or you see him like get up on a stool, and he leans forward. So every time he talks, or like every string of talking, you see him slurp in the drool as he talks. Again, it looks like he had a stroke. And you see him go, "What can I get ya?"
I hear you have some interesting spells.
We sell scrolls, yes. We sell sell potions, components. We sell fire, the occasional boom boom sticks.
Eyebrow raise. Wait, I don't have eyebrows.
I don't have eyebrows. Damn it.
Eyebrow raise. I've got you.
Nuts. Thank you.
The lights in your eyes just get a little bit brighter for a moment.
All right, potion seller. I just need your strongest potions and your most potent boom booms.
Alright. They sell, most they can sell right now is Potion of Healing. So 2d4 plus 2.
And what spell scrolls do you have?
Well, let's see. They have scrolls of I don't know if I should spell it right. They have spells that can cantrips. They have spells for cantrips, or skull scrolls for cantrips. So basically, they can have your occasional healing word. They have some for create bonfire, for like the weary adventurer that doesn't have lights or needs to make a camp quick. some first level scrolls, like prestidigitation. They have a lot of spells are going to be things that you would see everyday use of, that for people who may not be able to use it.
Mm. Guess I'll just cut to the chase. The barkeep, um, Lavender. She said there's a spell you might have that makes a lot of familiars. Or you knew about it.
He will scratch his chin, kind of look at you, and go, Well, it depends on the night. Usually our supplies are dwindled by her as she uses them for work. However, we do have one or two here, if needed.
Are these find familiar spells, or?
They're going to be find familiar scrolls.
There's no flock of familiars, right?
No,
Because
no.
that's different.
No,
Yeah.
that is a third level spell. Or second level spell, I think.
Yeah. That's from Lost Laboratory, which isn't even. Yeah. Okay.
Would
Well-
a scroll familiar disappear after some time?
Yes. You will notice that where there would be a large supply of them, most of them are gone. As in, she uses them to summon for like rush nights or nights that are particularly busy.
Interesting.
But he has about one or two of them left right now that she has not grabbed or didn't need.
I mean, I have the spell, so it's. There's nothing I'm looking for here. But thank you. Yeah.
What's the boom boom stick?
Yeah, you see his eyebrows wiggle like a worm under his goggles, and he goes, "The boom boom stick. Yes, yes. Yes. Well, you see, we've been trying to mine out more places in the sewer, and of the such. It's been going okay, but we needed bigger explosions with magic. So now, we added gunpowder to him. It's just a sack of gunpowder to throw at the fucking wall."
Could I tie that to an arrow?
Well, it's mostly alcohol with like little bit of gunpowder. It's not like a huge thing of it.
Okay.
It's an explosive Molotov cocktail.
Yep,
Okay. Okay.
just in jar form instead of bottle form.
Okay.
How-
So, oh, okay.
How much are you offering for it, or how much you selling it for?
He will sell you one for 5 gold.
And how much for your potions of healing thing?
Healing potions are going to be 25.
Okay, so we'll pick up 2 of the healing potions.
Okay.
I'll take 3 the explosion things. If he has them.
You try to keep the explosion things away from me.
You want 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. 15 gold total.
Does he have any like poisons in the shop?
Let's see.
Also
no.
going to grab a boom boom stick.
Yes. That's what I labeled it in my notes.
Same.
Alright, that's fine. Most of the poisons they have are going to be a lot, as they use them to persuade or kind of like use it in certain areas to make it so that creatures don't go there. So at most, you're gonna find poison potions are gonna be about 100 gold. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna tell him thank you in Gnomish.
Okay.
I am done with shopping.
How much is a regular healing potion?
25.
Can you do 20?
Give me a persuasion.
I'm so good at this. I'm so charismatic as a demon crab man. 5.
Wow.
Hmm. Okay. Put one down for 20.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll give him 20. Thank you very much.
Is everybody all set, or do we need to go visit like a blacksmith or something?
I am good.
I'm ready. What happened to Anime Boy?
He is currently in the bar somewhere. And is currently drinking away his pain of Capri Sun blood as we speak.
Aw.
He'll master that blood spell one day.
Sure, he's just practicing.
His spirit might be a little bit defeated. Let him go ahead and try and get better at it. We can do a job or two without him.
To the sewers then.
You guys make your way through the town, and you go slightly down the path here, making your way below to a section of the mountain where it has been carved out, or not carved out, more like blasted out, but then supported by like structure. And find your way here. And we will end it there.
All right.
Cliffhanger.
Cool.
As I still need to get the sewer going and make everything all set up.
Thank you again for the session.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for that. It's very nice.
Man just sold us explosives.
Did just sell you explosives. Remember, explosives are crazy, okay?
I can't wait to
Oh
blow
yeah,
things up.
crazily fun.
Blowing off a finger.
And not to stand next to me while I'm on fire.
Oh,
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Nothing
Giving us this
possibly
back.
could go wrong.
Thank you for watching, and please be sure to follow. We will have Storm Before the Calm on Saturday morning, and have a good night and a good day wherever you are.